Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 10, 2021, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, markets tapering off right before we have a major inflationary report out of the United States, and looking at those major economic events of the day, starting out in 1:45, out of the ECB, the European Central Bank, we have monetary policy statement coming out, and then at 2:30 South African time, out of the US, that monthly CPI number that's coming out, that is a important inflationary number. Now looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, US dollar gains versus the South African rand. In terms of the indices, we're seeing a rotation. Dow Jones loses some ground while the NASDAQ holds its ground. And in terms of commodities, pretty much unchanged. Looking at the stocks, Facebook continues to taper off. And lastly, Bitcoin bounces. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to start out with the Euro USD at a 1 hour chart. We can see, oh my gosh, this is really such a tight range. I mean, we're trading at 121.69. Our high yesterday was 21.84. You know, this is really a tight range, so I want to stay away from it. But I do want to focus on the one that's really moving, and that's the USD Rand, because we saw this hitting a very important level. We're looking at a weekly chart, okay, just for you, those of you who want to know exactly where we're at. Now, we hit this major level. This was a previous major level right here. That was a support level, multi-year support level. And sure enough, we bounced right off of it at 1330. We didn't break it, which I said that we may just see it bounce off. And sure enough, that's the point right here. It's like automated trading. Okay, anytime it hits a major level, it bounces right off of it. So altogether, you know, between this 1374 and 1330, that's a good number of pips for it to rally. Now, altogether, we are seeing that we're hitting previous resistance-ish level, so I do imagine that we'll continue to trade sideways, at least in the interim for now. Okay, we now have such a volatile type of move as we continue into the next couple of days. So just be aware that this may have been the capitulation of it, that we may taper off at this level. Now looking at gold, just tapering off just below 1900, but I do want to keep this in the forefront because today we have a CPI number coming out. And it's generally an inflationary number. It is an important number. So you do want to know it's coming out. And depending how the markets react to it, you just want to know what your levels are. 1910 is your resistance level. And at 1877 is a minor support level. Sure enough, 1867 is really an important support level. So that's really the place you want to be focused on. Let's fix that right there and just keep it on our radar. Now looking at oil, tapering off after hitting $70.50. We're about $1 off of it. That's normal. It's a decent retracement, okay, after we've had a really nice rally there. Now looking at the Dow Jones, we tapered off yesterday about 100 points. Again, nothing to really write home about, but it's tapering off, okay? Not major taper off, but the, markets are trading sideways right now, okay? This could be in anticipation to today's inflationary report. I mean, we've been in a tight range, about 200 to 300 points. I mean, this is the longest I think we've been in such a tight range. I mean, if you look at it, we've continued to consolidate in this tight range. We haven't been here like this since we were in April, excuse me, where we were also trading in a decently tight range. Okay, that's this. And now we've been, somewhere about this 34 to 35,000-ish area over the past month and a half. So that is important to note, okay? As long as we don't break that 30-day moving average, that blue line, I think we'll continue to trade sideways, at least for the interim. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, it didn't taper off so much, okay? From 13,883 down to 13,814, 70 points. That's not really a tapering off. So altogether, the stocks are really unchanged. They're trading sideways. If we look at Facebook, that's the only one that really retraced after hitting $335 a share. Amazon also trading just sideways. Microsoft also trading sideways. So really no volatility when it comes to the financial markets. Looking, however, at Bitcoin, okay, this is where it's at. We're looking first at a weekly chart. And looking at this weekly chart, okay, a couple of things to note here. We bounced off of that 30,000. That's a bona fide support level, okay, as we tipped everywhere since then. Now we're in between our two levels, our two Fibonacci retracement levels, 31,500 and about 40,000 right there, 38,000, and we're smack in the middle. We're at 36,913. That's normal, okay? I do expect it to consolidate throughout the higher range. And if it does and breaks out through that 40,000, then we could see it correct itself. But for right now, we're trading sideways until we have a clear indication which way we're going. Okay, every time we hit this 31,000, we bounce off of it. And every time we hit this 38,000, we sell off of it. So until those two parameters are not broken, I believe we'll continue trading within that range. And remember, we're in summer trading right now, so it's a little bit lighter volume, so I don't expect any massive kind of moves. But you never know, okay? Sometimes these massive kind of moves happen with lower volume because there's less players to, push the market around. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.